Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'd love for you to join me on this beautiful morning. I'm going to be doing some fig picking and I'm going to be going through the garden and seeing what's left to pick. So join me on this slow morning. I'm looking through my fig tree. As you can see, there's some figs that are starting to ripen. So I'm going to go ahead and pick those this morning. I'm going to see what's left for me here. I know yesterday I saw a big bushy-tailed squirrel eating some of the figs off the fig tree. And I also saw some birds coming in and out of the fig tree. They love to go in there to get a snack and get some shade. So I'm just picking the ones that are in good condition. The ones that have little nibbles and bites out of them, I'm dropping them back. But it's a nice place for birds to hang out. So oftentimes I'll find birds and just little creatures and things in here, the birds and the bees, and maybe even sometimes some wasps. So it's important to be careful when you're around your fig tree. I really love this fig tree. It's really gotten really big. When we first got it, it was just a little branch. And so this is one of two of our fig trees throughout the property. I do have some little transplant fig trees that we planted this year. I learned, I think last year, that if you just take a little piece of the fig tree like a branch and you just put it straight directly into the ground and water it, it will begin to grow. So it looks like it'll die and then little sprouts will come out. So I've planted some near my office and some near the gazebo where sometimes I do some talks. So fig trees provide a lot of shade and they're just quite beautiful in my opinion. They're very low maintenance. And so while all of my other fruit trees have already given fruit, like my peaches and my plums and my nectarines, the figs just know the right time to come in. I don't have any more fruit, so having figs come in at this time of year when everything else has stopped producing is a great treat. I've been really into eating some fresh fruit and nuts and things from the grocery store lately. I've been getting a lot of dried fruit as well, and so this is a nice little treat to have now so that I don't have to go out and purchase all of that stuff from the grocery store. So I'm going to be eating figs for quite a while, I think. If y'all have any ideas on how to use up my figs, comment down below. In the past, I've done things like candied figs and fig jellies and jams. So this is what I picked this morning. It's not a whole lot, but it's just enough to get me through a couple of days, and I'm sure tomorrow there will be more. So in the garden, we're seeing a few little things still surviving. We have some bell peppers, although they're not very big, they're still producing. We have some jalapenos that are still producing. And so throughout the garden, there's still just a few little survivors. And today I'm going to go ahead and pick whatever is left. The tomato plants have pretty much dried up, as you can see. I think there's just one tomato plant, which is the cherry tomatoes, that are still going. And my garden has really, come to a different season at this point. As you can see, there's weeds everywhere, and that's kind of taken over as well. The okra are still doing well. Okra do very good in high heat, and they don't really mind the weeds. So this garden has really been a great garden this year. It's produced quite a bit, so we're very happy with it. The sunflowers are starting to turn over. They aren't ready to harvest just yet, but I think in a couple of weeks we'll be able to harvest sunflower seeds. So I'm just kind of checking on them and seeing how they are doing. The birds also like to get to the seeds. They haven't this year yet, but it is important to harvest them when it's time. So I'm just kind of checking on them. They do need a little bit more time, but the sunflowers have been beautiful to look at. And so the garden just reminds me of all of the beauty in this world. It's also a great sanctuary for me to come and just connect with the land and connect with everything in nature. Although it's quite noisy with all the little birds and animals and everything chirping, it's also a great place to connect with oneself. There's a level of silence that is found here that you don't find anywhere else. So I know that's kind of contradictory, but it's a place that I go to really, reconnect with myself and find a bit of silence away from the hustle and bustle and the news and everything that bombards our lives. So I'm still looking through everything. I'm kind of just, since there's so many weeds, just using my feet and my hands to kind of move things around and see if there's maybe a little cucumber or something left in there for me to pick. there's always something, even though there is a lot of weeds and maybe I haven't been able to water and things like that, the garden is always giving to me. I always find something to take inside. So I'm picking quite a few little bell peppers. They're small, but they're useful to me. I am going to take them in and probably use them in my salads and in my eggs in the morning. So everything from this garden is really something that gives back to me. I give to the garden and it gives back to me. So it is really a beautiful reciprocal relationship I have with this garden. It's a blessing to be able to have a garden and spend time picking it. And so it can be a lot of work, but it is something that I love to do, and it's something that I love sharing with y'all. I love to come out here with my plants and sometimes just sit in the stillness. And in the stillness, I find that there is so much to be heard. So it's a beautiful place to connect with unconditional love and just feel the earth. So I'm already getting a little bit sad thinking that this garden is pretty much over with for the summer. So I've begun to think about creating an herb garden, probably inside my home or maybe like a windowsill herb garden. And so that is the next project that I'm doing as far as gardening. We do winter gardens from time to time. We don't do them every year, but we will probably do one this year to come. But between now and winter, I think I will do an herb garden. If y'all have any suggestions on planting herbs or what I should plant or how I should do it, please comment down below. I would love your suggestions. I've grown herbs before, but mostly outdoors, and I know that in this Texas heat, they just literally burn up. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a windowsill herb garden. Some of the things I'd like to plant are like cilantro, basil, thyme, some of those. I also like things like mint and things that I can make teas out of. Anyhow, I'm looking here through my onions, looking to see if there's any more to harvest. There were some that I had left behind in my onion harvest because the tops were still very strong and standing straight up. And now I can't really find where they are. So those will be some surprise onions when I do find them because I'm just not seeing them. I think there was at least 2 onions that I left behind. There's still a lot of radishes and things that are growing. I'm debating whether or not to pick those. I'm not sure what I would do with them. I've seen online where people make like potato chips from radishes by thinly slicing them and baking them. So it's something I'm considering, but I don't think I'm going to have any use for them if I do take them right now. So I'm just looking through everything, seeing what's left, and there's been a little bit of things here and there, so I have harvested some stuff. Let me show you what I have in my little ice cream bucket here. I have some bell peppers, some green tomatoes, there's my figs and my okra, and I think down there I have some jalapenos as well. Thank you for coming along for fig picking and picking my garden. Here is a beautiful rose that just sprouted. I'll see you on the next video.